But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, bud. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah?
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Picture this. You've got a fighter headlining at a packed arena making millions. But sometimes a guy on the undercard ends up walking away with more. Floyd Mayweather was just caught bragging about putting stacks of cash in plastic bags to keep it clean. These legends aren't broke. When they come back past their prime, it's not for legacy, it's for money. But here's where it gets real. Terence Crawford isn't chasing that. And truth be told, Crawford would beat Mayweather if the two ever crossed paths. Terence Crawford has no interest in chasing a payday fight with Floyd Mayweather. He explained that he's never even pictured himself fighting Floyd, because those kind of bouts are all about money, not proving greatness. Crawford made it clear that Mayweather had his moment in history, but now this is his time. He's focused on building his own legacy and isn't letting money-driven noise get in the way of what he's already accomplished in the ring. Mayweather's recent boxing ventures have left many disappointed. Once celebrated as an undefeated master of defense, his current exhibition fights are seen as cash grabs rather than competitive challenges. Despite his wealth, he keeps stepping back into the spotlight for easy paydays. Critics argue that this shift shows his focus has moved from legacy to profit, leaving fans questioning how his late career will be remembered. Timothy Bradley believes Crawford would give Mayweather the toughest night of his career. He points out Floyd's struggles against southpaws and says Crawford's ability to switch stances, counterpunch, and adapt would break through Floyd's famous defense. Bradley even warns that Floyd's habit of reaching with the right hand would get punished against Crawford, who could capitalize with his reach, power, and sharp timing. Not everyone agrees with the Crawford hype. Some analysts argue it's unfair to compare him with Mayweather, because Floyd faced a deeper lineup of elite opponents across his career. While Crawford's dominance is clear, critics say his resume doesn't stack up against Floyd's decades-long record. From this perspective, Mayweather's place in history is already secure, while Crawford is still writing his story. Showbiz the Adult made the case that Crawford deserves credit for taking risks Mayweather avoided. He highlighted Crawford's decision to move up in weight and face Canelo Alvarez, something Floyd would never have done at that stage. Mayweather built his career on smart, calculated matchups, while Crawford seeks out dangerous challenges. To Showbiz, that willingness to risk it all gives Crawford's legacy a different kind of shine. Crawford himself has grown tired of the comparisons. He openly says there's no need to match his name with Mayweather's. Floyd was the best in his era, and this era belongs to him. Crawford wants fans to focus on the history he's creating right now instead of constantly dragging Mayweather into the conversation. Danny Garcia didn't pick side in the fantasy matchup. Instead, he predicted it might end in a draw. He explained that Floyd's defense and Crawford's offensive versatility could cancel each other out in the ring. His neutral stance shows the respect both fighters command, and it highlights how even boxing veterans can't settle the debate. Shane Mosley took a firm position. He believes Floyd's smaller size would cost him against Crawford, while Mayweather's defense and precision are legendary. Mosley argued that Crawford's power, reach, and ability to switch stances would overwhelm him. In Mosley's eyes, Floyd thrived against opponents closer to his size, but against a naturally bigger and more versatile Crawford, the outcome would be very different. Showbiz the Adult later balanced his take, saying Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez deserved all the praise, but shouldn't overshadow Floyd's career. Mayweather's dominance stretched across years and divisions, while Crawford is only now reaching those heights. He cautioned fans not to base the entire debate on one fight, reminding them that legacy comes from consistency and quality of opposition, not just one historic night. Trainer Stephen "Breadman" Edwards urged everyone to stop the endless comparisons. He said Crawford's win over Canelo was historic and deserves to stand alone. Edwards criticized the way fans pit great fighters against each other unnecessarily, pointing out that Floyd is retired and shouldn't even be in the conversation anymore. For him, this is about giving Crawford his flowers now, without dragging Mayweather into every discussion. The boxing world remains split. Many believe Crawford's bold decisions, like moving up to face Canelo, make him greater than Mayweather. Others insist Floyd's perfect record and defensive genius set him apart. In truth, both men stand as giants of different eras, and their legacies represent two unique paths to greatness. The debate itself shows just how deeply both fighters have influenced the sport. Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez is already being called a career-defining moment. Jumping 2 weight classes to dethrone a reigning champion wasn't just risky, it was historic. That win proved Crawford isn't only skilled, but fearless, willing to face challenges most fighters would never dare to take. Analysts believe this triumph locked him into the conversation of all-time greats, showing he's not just dominant, he's a once-in-a-generation fighter. That's the latest on the Crawford versus Mayweather debate. 2 fighters, 2 eras, and one never-ending argument about who truly reigns supreme. Both men have carved out unforgettable legacies in their own way, and the conversations only prove their impact. Stay tuned for more boxing updates, and let us know, where do you stand in the Crawford versus Mayweather debate?